Hey everyone, Mackenzie here. I'm going to be discussing discussion board number 7, which is after this model or week's lesson in reading, discuss Simonson's equivalency theory and how it might affect how universities and K-12 environments handle development, implementation, and management of a distance learning program. To start off, let's just get down to what Simonson's equivalency theory is, and his theory is very simple, that despite whatever background, whatever prior experience, whatever knowledge a distance learner might have, that when they come into a distance learning situation and they are enrolled or taking classes, that they have the same opportunity to make great grades whether they have or don't have the same background and skills that another student has that may live across the street or across the world. And one thing that a quote from the book that really helped me really understand what he meant was found on page 50 of the Teaching and Learning at a Distance textbook, and it says, in other words, equivalent rather identical learning experience should be provided to each learner, whether local or distance, and the expectations should be the equivalent outcomes rather than identical should be expected of each learner. So equivalent outcomes instead of identical, because not everyone is the same and everyone has different learning experiences. So in a K-12 environment, since that is one that I'm more familiar with, as far as the development, you have to come in with a basically a needs assessment of what does the student need to know to be successful in this course, what background knowledge must they have, and if you need to be sure that if it's needed for that course, that it's addressed in the course or right at the beginning. And when the courses are developed, it needs to be stated plainly what is needed for this course. So if someone doesn't have the required knowledge, they can obtain it and have the same opportunity to do well in the course as the person who already knows about the subject. So with implementation, this is going to take understanding from the professor's part and understanding that everyone comes from a different background, everyone knows different things, and that when they are implementing the courses, that there should be opportunities for background information to be learned, and that there may be questions that you would think would be common knowledge, but everyone is different, and everyone should, even though everyone is different, their learning is not identical. It should be equivalent. And the management of the distance education programs, according to Simonson's theory, is they have to make sure that even though, no matter what, everyone has an equal opportunity to the information, and they have to decide what prerequisites need to be required for entrance. They need to know what the student already knows upon entrance, so maybe a pretest or a placement test would be needed. And so those things are needed for the management of a distance learning program. So when discussing Simonson's equivalency theory, it has to be equal, not identical. Everyone should have the same opportunity to learn, the same opportunity to excel in every course they take as the next person. So it's all about everyone being equal learners, not identical learners.